Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that combines ancient symbolism with profound spiritual insight, the sword of the spirit. You might be wondering, what does a sword have to do with spirituality? Well, throughout history, swords have been symbols of power, authority, and even division. But when Jesus spoke of the sword of the Spirit, he revealed something much deeper, an inner strength and clarity that few truly understand. Imagine for a moment that the sword isn't just a physical weapon, but a tool for transformation and awakening. It cuts through illusions, exposing truths that can free us from the chains of ignorance and fear. In a world filled with distractions and conflicting messages, understanding the sword's true purpose can lead to profound personal and spiritual growth. But before we get started, I want to take a moment to connect with you. Your thoughts and experiences matter. As we explore this topic, I encourage you to share your insights in the comments below. Have you ever felt the need to stand up for your beliefs? How has your understanding of truth evolved over time? Your comments not only enrich our community but also help us understand the diverse perspectives we all bring to the table. Now, if you find value in our discussions, please consider hitting that like button. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people who are seeking the same knowledge and insights. And if you haven't already, subscribing is a great way to stay updated on our latest content. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we can't do it without your support. Together, we can build a community where we explore these profound truths and uplift one another. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's embark on this journey together. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we have to share. The sword of the Spirit is not just a concept, it's a call to action, a reminder that we have the power to cut through the darkness and reveal the light within ourselves and the world around us. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating exploration. And remember, your engagement makes a difference. Let's get started. The sword of the Spirit is a profound concept that invites us to explore the deeper layers of our spiritual journey. While many envision swords as physical weapons, Jesus used this metaphor to illustrate an inner power that transcends the material world. When he mentioned the sword, he was not referring to a blade of iron or steel, but rather to a spiritual weapon capable of cutting through the illusions and deceptions that bind us. In the Gospels, we encounter a statement that can be perplexing: "Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword." Matthew 10:34. This declaration seems contradictory to his teachings of love and compassion. However, the essence of the sword lies in its ability to discern truth from falsehood, light from darkness. It signifies a call to confront not only external challenges but also the internal conflicts that reside within each of us. The sword represents the Word of God, described by the Apostle Paul in Ephesians 6:17. This word is not merely a collection of texts, it is a living force that has the power to transform our perceptions and attitudes. When we engage with this spiritual sword, we gain the ability to cut through the noise of the world, exposing the hypocrisy and superficiality that often dominate our lives. It encourages us to confront the uncomfortable truths we may prefer to ignore, pushing us toward growth and enlightenment. As we navigate our spiritual paths, wielding this sword requires courage and discernment. It challenges us to face our fears, let go of outdated beliefs, and embrace the light that can sometimes be blinding. This inner battle is essential. It compels us to confront the shadows within ourselves and the societal norms that may hinder our progress. The sword doesn't exist to harm but to liberate, helping us distance ourselves from toxic influences and empowering us to stand firm in our convictions. Understanding the sword of the Spirit urges us to reflect on how we apply its principles in our daily lives. Are we willing to confront our own illusions? Do we have the strength to uphold our truths, even when they lead to division or discomfort? This journey is not for the faint of heart. It requires a commitment to personal integrity and the willingness to engage in the continuous process of self-discovery. Ultimately, the sword of the Spirit is an invitation to embark on a transformative journey. It beckons us to navigate through life's complexities with clarity and purpose, revealing the profound connections between our inner worlds and the external realities we face. As we learn to wield this sword wisely, we can illuminate our paths and inspire those around us to seek their own truths, fostering a community rooted in understanding and compassion. The journey of understanding the sword of the Spirit has been deeply transformative for me. When I first encountered this concept, I found myself grappling with the tension between the call to embody love and the necessity of confronting uncomfortable truths. It was a paradox that left me questioning how to navigate my spiritual path while remaining authentic to my beliefs. In my early experiences, I often felt the pressure to conform to societal expectations, which frequently clashed with my inner convictions. I remember a time when I hesitated to speak up about a truth I felt strongly about, fearing it would cause discord among friends and family. This internal struggle highlighted a critical lesson: the sword, while powerful, also demands responsibility. Wielding it means recognizing that the truths we hold can create divisions, not because they are inherently negative, but because they challenge the status quo. As I continued my exploration, I realized that the sword is not just a weapon for battle, it is also a tool for self-examination. I began to understand that before confronting external illusions, I needed to address the shadows within myself. This required facing my own fears, insecurities, and the beliefs that no longer served me. I vividly recall moments of introspection where I sat in silence, allowing my thoughts to surface. It was in these quiet moments that I truly began to wield the sword, cutting through layers of self-deception and revealing the core of my being. One particularly impactful experience occurred during a group discussion on spirituality. As we delved into various interpretations of Scripture, I found myself compelled to share my perspective on the sword of the Spirit. The room was charged with differing opinions, and I could feel the tension rising. Yet, as I spoke from my heart, I noticed a shift. My words resonated with some, sparking an open dialogue about the importance of discernment and courage in our spiritual journeys. This experience taught me that wielding the sword can foster connection and understanding, even in the face of disagreement. I've also come to appreciate the role of vulnerability in this process. Embracing the sword means being open to feedback, recognizing that my understanding is ever evolving. There have been times when I've had to reassess my beliefs in light of new experiences or perspectives. This willingness to adapt and grow is essential. It allows the sword to sharpen rather than dull over time. Ultimately, my personal journey with the sword of the Spirit has been one of empowerment. It has taught me that truth, while sometimes uncomfortable, is a necessary catalyst for growth. I've learned to embrace the division it may cause, recognizing it as a sign of progress rather than failure. This understanding has not only deepened my relationship with myself but has also enriched my connections with others, as I navigate the complexities of truth and compassion. As I continue to wield this sword in my life, I remain committed to seeking clarity, embracing vulnerability, and fostering an environment where open dialogue is welcomed. Each step I take on this path reinforces the belief that the sword is a gift, one that empowers us to cut through illusions and illuminate the profound truths that lie within us all. Real-life examples of the sword of the Spirit in action reveal its profound impact on both individual lives and broader communities. These stories illustrate how wielding this spiritual weapon can lead to transformative change, often in unexpected ways. One compelling example is that of a community leader who faced significant opposition when advocating for social justice. In a town divided by long-standing prejudices, this leader recognized that speaking the truth would not only challenge the status quo but also risk alienating many. Yet, armed with the conviction that change was necessary, they decided to use the sword of the Spirit to address injustice head-on. Through heartfelt speeches and community dialogues, they began to cut through the layers of misunderstanding and fear that had held the community captive. What stood out in this process was the leader's ability to remain compassionate while being firm. They didn't shy away from difficult conversations. Instead, they used their words to illuminate the deeper truths of humanity, emphasizing our shared experiences, struggles, and aspirations. This approach not only fostered open communication but also encouraged others to join the movement toward healing and reconciliation. The transformation within that community became a powerful testament to the strength of wielding the sword with love and clarity. Another poignant example comes from a personal experience shared by a friend who struggled with their identity in a conservative environment. They felt pressured to conform to societal norms that conflicted with their true self. After much internal conflict, they decided to embrace their identity openly, fully aware that it would create rifts with some family members. In doing so, they wielded the sword of the Spirit, choosing authenticity over acceptance. While the initial reactions were painful, this act of courage sparked important conversations. Family members who were initially resistant began to reflect on their own beliefs, leading to a gradual shift in understanding. My friends' decision to stand firm in their truth ultimately created space for deeper connections and dialogue within their family. Over time, the sword not only cut through the misunderstandings but also facilitated healing and acceptance. In another instance, a teacher in an underfunded school system faced the challenge of advocating for better resources for their students. Understanding that the sword of the Spirit required not just courage but also a strategic approach, they gathered data, shared personal stories, and rallied support from the community. By articulating the pressing needs of their students, they cut through the apathy that often surrounds educational issues. This teacher's unwavering commitment to their students exemplified how wielding the sword can create ripples of change. As they spoke out, they inspired others to take action, leading to successful fundraising efforts and increased awareness about the importance of equitable education. Their journey illustrated the dual nature of the sword. It can confront challenges while also uniting people around a common purpose. These real-life examples underscore that the sword of the Spirit is not merely a concept but a dynamic force for good. By embracing the truths we hold dear, we can create meaningful change in our lives and the lives of others. Whether in personal relationships, community advocacy, or professional settings, wielding this sword requires courage, compassion, and a commitment to authenticity. As we navigate our own paths, let these stories serve as reminders of the transformative power that lies within each of us when we choose to stand firm in our truths. The journey of understanding and wielding the sword of the Spirit offers profound lessons that resonate deeply within our lives. These lessons are not just theoretical concepts, they are practical insights that can guide us as we navigate the complexities of our spiritual and everyday experiences. One of the most significant lessons learned is the importance of discernment. In a world overflowing with information and conflicting narratives, the ability to discern truth from falsehood is crucial. The sword empowers us to sift through the noise, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. This discernment is not merely about identifying right and wrong, it also involves recognizing the deeper motivations behind our own beliefs and actions. By cultivating this awareness, we can avoid being swept away by the tide of popular opinion and instead stand firm in our convictions. Another key lesson revolves around the idea of courage. Wielding the sword of the Spirit often requires us to step outside our comfort zones and confront difficult truths, both within ourselves and in the world around us. This courage is not the absence of fear, rather, it is the willingness to act in spite of it. Whether it's speaking up against injustice, embracing our true identities, or challenging harmful norms, the courage to wield this sword can catalyze transformative change. Each time we choose to stand firm, we reinforce our strength and commitment to authenticity. Additionally, the significance of vulnerability cannot be overlooked. Embracing our truths requires a level of openness that can be daunting. However, vulnerability is a powerful aspect of wielding the sword. It allows us to connect with others on a deeper level and fosters an environment where honest dialogue can flourish. By sharing our struggles and uncertainties, we create space for others to do the same, ultimately strengthening our relationships and communities. The concept of unity also emerges as a vital lesson. While the sword can create divisions, it can also serve as a unifying force when wielded with wisdom and compassion. By focusing on shared values and common goals, we can use our truths to bridge gaps and foster understanding among diverse perspectives. This approach encourages collaboration rather than conflict, transforming potential discord into opportunities for growth and connection. Moreover, the journey with the sword of the Spirit teaches us about the ongoing nature of personal growth. It is not a one-time event but a continuous process of self-discovery and refinement. As we encounter new experiences and perspectives, our understanding of truth evolves. This fluidity allows us to adapt and deepen our engagement with our beliefs. Embracing this journey means being open to change and willing to reassess our convictions in light of new insights. Finally, the overarching lesson is one of empowerment. The sword of the Spirit is not merely a tool for confrontation, it is a source of strength that encourages us to take ownership of our lives and choices. By wielding this sword, we reclaim our agency, affirming our right to seek truth and live authentically. This empowerment extends beyond ourselves, inspiring those around us to embrace their own truths and engage in meaningful dialogue. In summary, the lessons learned from the sword of the Spirit are invaluable. They remind us of the power of discernment, the necessity of courage, the strength found in vulnerability, and the potential for unity. As we continue to navigate our paths, These insights will guide us in wielding this sword wisely, fostering deeper connections and inspiring positive change in ourselves and our communities. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into the sword of the Spirit, it's essential to reflect on the journey we've undertaken together and the powerful implications it has for our lives. This moment is not merely a wrap-up, it's a call to action, a challenge to each of us to engage deeply with the insights we've uncovered and to apply them in meaningful ways. First and foremost, I encourage you to examine your own relationship with truth. What beliefs shape your identity, and how do they influence your actions? Take time to reflect on the areas in your life where you may be holding back from expressing your authentic self. The sword is a tool that can help you cut through the fear and uncertainty that often accompany such revelations. Embracing your truth can be liberating, allowing you to live more fully and genuinely. Consider also the courage it takes to wield this sword in your daily interactions. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or community engagements, the willingness to stand firm in your convictions, even when faced with opposition, is a powerful testament to your character. Each time you choose to speak up or act according to your beliefs, you not only affirm your truth but also inspire others to do the same. Your courage can create ripples of change, encouraging those around you to embrace their own truths. Vulnerability is another vital aspect of this journey. By sharing your struggles and experiences, you create a safe space for others to express their own vulnerabilities. This mutual openness fosters deeper connections and understanding, allowing for more meaningful relationships. Don't underestimate the power of your story, it can resonate with others in ways you may not even realize. As you navigate these challenges, remember the importance of unity. Seek to connect with others who share your values, but also be open to engaging with those who hold different perspectives. The sword can be both a weapon and a bridge. By focusing on common goals and shared humanity, you can transform potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and collaboration. Moreover, make a commitment to ongoing personal growth. Engage in practices that nourish your spirit, whether through meditation, reading, or community service. Stay curious and open to new insights that challenge your beliefs and expand your understanding. This journey is not a destination, it's a continuous process of evolution and discovery. Finally, let the lessons learned from the sword of the Spirit guide your actions moving forward. Embrace discernment, cultivate courage, practice vulnerability, and strive for unity. As you wield this sword in your life, remember that you are not alone. We are all part of a larger community, each on our own unique journeys, yet connected by our shared pursuit of truth and understanding. In closing, I urge you to take these insights to heart. Let them inspire you to act, to speak, and to live authentically. The world needs your voice, your courage, and your truth. Together, we can create a brighter, more compassionate future, one where the sword of the Spirit empowers us all to shine our light and uplift one another. Embrace this call to action, and let us walk this transformative path together. In reflecting on our journey through the concept of the sword of the Spirit, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment of understanding and potential transformation. This exploration has illuminated the profound significance of wielding this spiritual weapon, revealing its capacity to empower us in our pursuit of truth, authenticity, and connection. Throughout our discussions, we've come to appreciate that the sword is not merely a metaphor. It represents the strength and clarity that can guide us through the complexities of our lives. It reminds us that truth is often multifaceted, requiring discernment and courage to uncover. Embracing this truth can lead to personal liberation, allowing us to break free from societal expectations and external pressures that may have previously constrained us. Equally important is the recognition that wielding the sword necessitates a commitment to vulnerability. Sharing our truths, even when they are uncomfortable, fosters deeper connections with others. This mutual openness creates a supportive environment where dialogue flourishes, enabling us to learn from each other's experiences and perspectives. In this way, the sword becomes not just a weapon for confrontation, but a tool for fostering understanding and compassion. As we navigate our personal journeys, the lessons learned from wielding the sword of the Spirit underscore the importance of unity amid diversity. While our truths may sometimes lead to division, they also have the potential to bring people together around shared values and goals. By focusing on what connects us rather than what separates us, we can transform our differences into opportunities for collaboration and growth. The ongoing nature of personal growth is another crucial aspect we've explored. The journey with the sword is not a one-time event, it is a continuous process of self-discovery and evolution. As we engage with new experiences and insights, our understanding of truth expands, prompting us to reassess our beliefs and adapt our actions accordingly. This fluidity allows us to remain open to change and encourages a deeper engagement with our spiritual journeys. Ultimately, the sword of the Spirit calls us to embrace our agency. It empowers us to take ownership of our lives, affirming our right to seek truth and live authentically. As we wield this sword, we have the opportunity to inspire others, creating a ripple effect of courage and authenticity in our communities. In conclusion, let us carry forward the insights we've gained from this exploration. May we approach our lives with discernment, wielding the sword with both courage and compassion. Let us engage in meaningful conversations, foster unity, and remain committed to our personal growth. Together, we can illuminate the path for ourselves and those around us, creating a world where truth is celebrated, and authenticity flourishes. The journey continues, and the sword is in our hands. Let us wield it wisely and with purpose.